You're doing fine, my lady. This isn't as difficult as I expected. Not that I'd expected to be dancing with you, my prince. Well, you appear to only be moving back and forward. That's not all there is to dancing. People from South America can tell you that. Yet, here we are. It feels natural, too. Who knows? Maybe it was fate that brought the two of us together. I used to think about fate in a similar way until someone told me that someone's fate is to decide how fate should be altered. Which defeats the point of fate. Even though the most important things in life are given, we have little or no say as far as they are concerned. Here we are, back at the not-so-pleasant topic of necessity and determination. Terrifying, I remember, but in truth, isn't it all we are, decisions we make regardless of fate, when we ignore the fact that we don't and can't know what awaits us in the future? You're getting a little too philosophical for him. Just shake your cleavage. Even if it means ignoring possible consequences or actions about which we know nothing. I can't believe this is a real conversation two people are having. Yes, even then. What good is worrying about outcomes which can't be foreseen, prices no one can yet estimate? Some things are set and fixed, everything else is up to us. And all we can do is decide how to act in spite of that. Yes, it means kiss me a twat. It is exactly what I've been repeating to myself. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady. Ha! You're not the first person to say that, my prince. Luck or not, I'm glad as well. Very glad to be here with you, prince. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Let's assume you haven't. I can't get enough of looking into them. There are these amazing dancing sparks inside them. They suit you more than well. They speak of wit and intelligence and... What was that? Someone vomiting. I wonder what it could be. Now, I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes. Please do continue. What else do you find attractive? I'm turning on the girl mode. You've told me my eyes are attractive. What else about me is pretty? Damn you, what else? It's a good old girl mode. I will then. I adore watching your lips as well. They move so gracefully when you speak as if conveying a promise. This is when poetry gets slightly shaky. And what promise have you read from them? I dare not say it. Let's move on. Your neck. My neck. It's beautiful. It's befitting of a rather small giraffe. Skip the neck, prince. What about my chest? Ha! Damn, you're forward. Chest is not the word I'd use. And what word would you prefer? I think we should get to know each other better before we switch to a more colloquial vernacular. Oh, check him out. If you need to get yourself out of a sticky situation, use big words. I'd love to get to know you better, my lady. You will have your chance, my prince, if you're persistent enough and constant in your ambition. But we tend to undervalue things we achieved effortlessly. Let me give you an obstacle, my prince. You may thank me later. You really are incredible, my lady. Oh my god, am I doing that thing where I'm playing hard to get? Reginald D. Hunter, the comedian, once said that he loves, let's just put it this way, sex. The word he uses is slightly worse than that. He loves sex more than anything in the world. He's never stopped and thought, you know what? I would love it to just be that bit harder to get. That's what I'm doing here. And you wouldn't have it any other way, my lord. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable 5 minutes. Bam. Am I going out to speak to... Why? Is there no back route I could take? Mother, is that... Well, I'll be... Cinders? Carmosa. Girls, are you enjoying the ball? I certainly am. Brazen little brat, how dare you come here, show off in front of the prince like some harlot and steal his attention away from my daughters? No, they had their fair chance. They were the ones which fucked it up. That's not my fault, that's their fault. On their head be it. Oh really? Because the girls were doing so well on their own? You know, I think it's always easier to be charming and make a good impression on people when you're relaxed and confident about what you're doing. I came here out of my own will, Carmosa, while your poor daughters only came here because they either fear or don't want to disappoint you. Bit of both. You little... They came because they knew it's important. Come on, Sophia, take my side. They came to you because you put the weight of your sick ambition on their shoulders and whipped them to make them go faster. The fact you can't see your mistake makes your failure all the more tragic. She hasn't seen sense for God knows how many years in her life. She's not about to now. Perhaps I was mistaken. Cinders, you really were amazing. Yeah, not bad at all. I do not like the way Gloria is smiling. I'm in for some shit. Thanks. So, what are you going to do now? Got any more surprises for the evening? If you do, then please warn us in advance, or someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? I'll just head back home. I got what I wanted, right? Besides, these shoes are killing me. What are they even made of, blasted thing? It's the left one that's almost cut my skin. Let's see if I can send you flying over the wall, shall we? There, and stay there. Okay, so that's how we're not running out and leaving one slipper behind. This is how we're doing with the slipper paradox. Gotcha. I'll be going now. Take care, ladies. And there she went. Well, I'd say this has been an entertaining and a very educational experience. What do you think, Gloria? Yes, I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. What did you learn about yourself? What? Would you agree, Mother? A mistake. Looks like someone has just been hit with a revelation. Too bad it wasn't sooner. Good evening, Lady Carmosa. Ladies, I'm looking for the girl you spoke to a moment ago. Do you know who she is and where I could find her? Sophia's gonna start talking and then the rest of them are going to interrupt her. Do we know her, Gloria? She seemed kind of familiar. It's our stepsister Cinders, Captain. Why are you looking for her? What? Why aren't you lying? You should lie and make it more difficult. What's the prince learning from this? I'm putting an obstacle in front of you. Right, come on, chop chop, Captain's guard, go fetch her for me. I'll stand here prancing around, not learning anything. Royal orders, the prince would like to have a word with her. Cinders has left, Captain. She seemed in a hurry too, as if trying to get back home before midnight. Yes, very cute, midnight. Funny, since Mother's here, she wasn't supposed to be here at all. It isn't like she needs to make it before curfew or anything. If that lovely dress was as terrible as her shoes, maybe she wanted to get back home and take it off as soon as possible. Her shoes? Yes, slippers. Very original design too. She said they were awfully uncomfortable and threw one over the wall. The other one is still here on the ground. Slippers. But why would you say it like that? Slippers? Right. Later that night. I still can't believe she did it. I would never suspect... Wait, what? You were fine a second ago with it? Like... Okay, alright, let's just give you the benefit of the doubt and go with your sad. Of course, because everyone is as dim-witted as you are and never does anything out of the ordinary or unexpected. We've seen this bit before, haven't we? Oh yes, I'm sure you were able to foresee this precisely as it happened. Did you see it in the tea leaves or written in the children's book one afternoon while avoiding work and being useless as usual? Look, in the nicest possible way, you're not allowed to do that. So go punch her in the face or something. I did entertain the thought she might do something like this, if you must know, but believe what you want, I don't care. I too suspected she might try to do something unthinkable. She was so secretive and compliant at times. I suppose it could point to an inevitable explosion. She was so secretive and compliant at times, I suppose it could lead to an inevitable explosion. I fucked off out of the day as soon as Carmosa left. I was out of the house for 2 to 3 days. That's unthinkable by itself. Alright, well, for those that haven't caught on already, this is the conversation we had at the beginning of the game. However, now we're seeing the relevance behind it. And Perrault's going to... There's something from the intro, then I don't understand. We'll soon see. I just didn't expect she had it in her. Gloria, please. Sometimes you sound like a cliché villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something's not twisted, weird or shocking, you won't consider it honest. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. I know not everyone is. You're not, though. You try hard to be like Mother, enacting the same role, no matter the situation. Predictable, boring, and stupid. But you are not Carmosa, remember? You do not lead, you mindlessly follow, and it shows. Shut up here. See, not only am I having flashbacks from the beginning, but I'm having flashbacks through the entire game. Like, you could cut out all of their conversations and just replace it with that. It would not hurt the story at all. Open up! Open up in the name of God! Oh, the prince, that as well. It's him! Why did he have to come in the middle of the night? Will the wonders never cease? I guess this night of change is not over yet, just as your ridiculous cliché impersonation. So wait, what? Perrault goes up to those three at the party and goes, I would like to see your sister, who you've just told me is your sister. They go, nah, she's back home now. And then we start leaving without him. We get there quicker than he does. Where am I? What? How does that make sense? How have we got back before Perrault has? Oh dear, alright. There's no time for this now, though I'm sure Mother will deal with you later. I'll go summon with her. I'll go summon with her, and her as well. You do that. Open up, I won't repeat myself. Mother, Sophia, don't stand like that. Open the door, let this noisy man in. Yes, Mother. Ah, Captain, what brings you here this time at night? Spare me the false pleasantries, you know why I'm here. Where is she? Did we dump the bloke in a ditch and run away? Like, why is he being so confrontational? Very well, Sophia. Get Cinders here right away. Yes, Mother. Be quick about it, child. Captain, would you fancy some wine while we wait for our lazy stepdaughter? Don't push it. You know this is not a courtesy visit. I'm afraid a lot is going to change here tonight. I brought Cinders. Oh, Captain, good evening. What brings you to our humble house in the middle of the night? Now, we haven't seen it from here on out. Miss Cinders, did you attend the grand ball tonight? I did. Why do you ask? Shouldn't you check how she got there? Surely an almost servant like her had no proper claim to this fancy event. Ladies, please allow me to do my job. Did you dance with the prince tonight? I did. And did you wear a mask with a feather and slippers made out of leather and glass? Anyone could say I did to all of these questions. Anyone. Why am I not just... Why is he not being like, and was your dress red and made out of bull sperm? Like, what's that? And I'll be like, no, it was made out of this. Oh, Lord, he's not a brilliant questioner. I suppose he is more of a shoot first, ask questions later kind of guy. It fit him perfectly into America. Yes, what it is about. Show him the slippers to prove you are the one. That won't be necessary, Miss Cinders. I was sent to find you by the Prince. His Highness has found you the most interesting woman in the land's nobility. In the wake of the tradition of the Grand Ball, he would like to discuss the possibility of marriage, if you consent to these proceedings, of course. It's so romantic! He would like to discuss the possibility of marriage! Oh, it's like a dream! Oh, God. Marriage? I mean, you did very well, Cinders, but is this appropriate? Oh, who cares about what's appropriate and what's not? If the prince decided coughing into someone else's soup was fine, we'd all do it. But that you impressed the prince so much? Ha! I didn't even know you cared about such things, Cinders. This must have been some sort of mistake. This girl has been sleeping in a dirty old kitchen for the last couple of years. The prince can't be interested in such a person. Surely you're thinking of one of my daughters. Well, were they wearing glass and leather? No, didn't think so. Shut up. Oh, I assure you there can be no mistake. Miss Cinders, how could I refuse? This is a dream come true. How could anyone refuse? A life in the palace must be amazing. As usual, you don't understand. What you speak of is like a frosting on a cake. Nice, but it's not what makes the choice what it is. The prince provided to be a fascinating man, and I will try to be a good queen beside him. There's so much about ruling that I want to learn. May I escort you to the palace then, my lady? Of course, Captain. Goodbye, girls, Lady Carmosa. I hope you'll see you all someday. Perhaps... Perhaps... Oh! I hope we might get an option, because I'm assuming we get an option of, who do we save, who don't we save? I'm hoping it's not just, you know, all of them or none of them. Because I want to save Sophia, but not the other two. Shit, I've also got to find out what cost this comes because of fairies, haven't I? I feel that this is about to get very interesting. There really is nothing one can count on in this world. Everything is turning out to be different than what one might expect. How did she manage to do that without telling any of us too? Does family count for nothing? No, I was told to clean the fucking house. No, it means nothing. Shut up, you two. How could you not notice a thing? How could you all miss hints as to what she was planning? I was only planning it like a day before, thanks to the help of a fairy. If they'd have got that, I'd have been surprised. That or they've got their own fairy godmother. And how could you lose to her? Have I taught you nothing? Where did I go wrong to make you so useless? Like she's fucking got back to her old ways very quickly, hasn't she? Not quite. Oh, well, I feel so sad and I made a mistake, maybe. Oh my god. And that was just like, oh, fucking hell, you're all useless. Oh well, some people never change. I've clearly been mistaken. About many things. Many, many things. Your Highness, this is the girl. Thank you, Parole. Welcome to the palace, my lady. I trust the captain explained everything on your way here. It wasn't exactly difficult, was it? I would like maybe to marry you. Could you come here? Like, would that really take a couple-mile trip in order to learn? Whatever. Yes, he did, although it doesn't make it any easier to believe. Needless modesty, my lady, you certainly weren't this bashful making your way... this bashful making your entrance during the ball. There we are. I mean... He's not going to question my clothes, despite me saying I'm from nobility. Okay. In that dress, and of course the mask, I was feeling like I was wearing armor. I was impervious to the looks and judgment of other people. Now I'm back to my old self, and ranks don't offer the same protection. Suddenly I feel like an ordinary girl standing for a prince. Well, wipe that fucking thing off your face. We're going to speak to this bloke like he's a boyfriend. Ordinary is hardly among the traits you possess, which makes you exactly the kind of person I'm looking for. So, there's nothing more to say, simply pop the question, as ordinary people say. Do you agree, my lady? Oh, my, is it hot in here? No, I have to ask, to be sure. Agree to what, my prince? Do you agree to come? Now, there's bedding ceremonies for that. Do you agree to become my wife and queen of the realm? You do realise that selecting the right candidate was the purpose of the grand ball. Well, I didn't just show up to nonce around. Of course I did. Yes, I realise that. It's simply very difficult to believe, but oh heavens, yes, of course I agree. How could I refuse? Very well, you are making me a very happy man indeed. A word of warning, though. I'm expecting my reign to be a rather turbulent one. Not all will welcome the changes I plan with open arms. We'll be facing the upheavals, I'm afraid. Yes, we're like a Tory government in England after Labour's just been in. Turbulent time, but only turbulent because the last people in were wankers. And then again, you know, current governments, yay, just as bad. It means I will be needing support, counsel, criticism from a strong and independent queen. First of all, cut the ponytail. You look like a woman. Those gold slings, I mean, I cannot think they're going to be any uses, but... Oh, not that sort of criticism. Oh, right, okay, sorry, I'll keep my mouth shut from now. I'm afraid I'm not really an expert on political matters. I've read some books, but... Oh, I feel so silly. Just a few hours ago, I felt like I had it all figured out, and I'm standing here babbling like a lunatic. I hope you know what you're doing. Choosing me for the part, my prince. Right now, I'm nothing more than an awestruck servant girl. I mean, I don't even know you, your highness, and I really have no idea what I'm getting myself into. But for what it's worth, I agree and promise to do my best. Yes. Such an American thing, promising to do one's best. I don't know why. Like, have you ever been served by anyone at McDonald's? You can almost certainly guarantee that that is not their best. Ha! You worry too much, my lady. Your reaction gives you more credit than you realise. You spelled realise wrong. Don't worry, you'll become a great queen, I'm certain of it. Damn straight I will. Notice how the branch just hasn't showed up at this point. It's just like, oh, fucking effort. Oh, God. Like, what? What are you doing here? A few hours? Before? Right, oh, God. Got into my Cockney accent, haven't we? Blasted liars. Mumble, mumble, mumble. Schemers everywhere. Mumble. Naive like children. I swear on me hat here, you all gonna pay dearly for all your miss. Oi! Easy there, lady. You might give old Shady a heart stopper. Never getting tired of those big entrances, eh? Always loved a good drama, you lot. Never got used to it myself. You're poor. You're a commoner. You're many a thing. But you're not a fucking fairy. You've never once thought to make an agreement, I don't know, live a higher life. Not once, no? Wait, are the fairies gonna, like, force me to, do what they say? Oh, God, this is gonna be very bad. You have entered our domain. What do you want? Easy with the drama already. I don't mean no harm, honest. Was just wondering, you see, like, whatever happened to, like, the witty little bird that, oh, you gals so agitated recently. Heard you made some long-term investments in her too. You speak of things which do not concern you. They don't. And I thought I did a mighty finer job fetching and whispering and basically being in all the right places at the right moment. Wouldn't dream about stealing the light from you gals, but doesn't a supportive actor deserve some fresh rumours right from the source? Very well. Know that then that all went well, and the girl picked up the thread of fate where her mother left it. We have renewed the concord, and the cycle will resume. We found the girl to be much like her mother. She remembered and embraced the gift of the lake. She accepted the weight and agreed to pay the price. Offered her one of your special favours, didn't you, love? Yes. You gals are killing me. All fees for future voice acting, just send me an inbox. I know after this I will be heavily requested after. Be calm at our sanctuary or we shall speak no more. Oh, pardon, ma'am. I just have this medical condition, see? Makes me cringe and twitch when I hear crazy. And you gals are the craziest. From what I gathered, the bird accepted no weight. Hard to fly with the weight, see? All flying's all she wants, that one. No, my dear ladies, fancy dress or no fancy dress, she would have reached the prince or king or whatever she wanted. Much too driven and independent to be intimidated by title, she is. She received our aid and succeeded. Not really, no. She was already a winner when you lot decided to have a little chat with her and then another and mess with her head and dull her wit. But she's much too sharp, that one. Say, ever thought maybe 'twas her who used you, love? Climbed your schemes like a ladder to reach her own goal? Her blood called and she responded. She performed rites and honoured the lake. Ah, fuck. She performed rites and honoured the lake. She's maturing, see, and memory means nothing then. In time, she'll forget all about you or take you for a mirage or a dream. Darn, I'm not so sure if you're real myself. Like, to be fair, you're drunk a lot of the time. I have no doubt believing that in a week you'll just forget about it. I'll stop believing in her, one of the two. You are mistaken, old man. Memory is everything. She will remember and honor the agreement. She is just like her mother. Ah, poor woman, that one, eh? So wise, faithful, and devoted to your ways she was. Pity you didn't care that much for her. Some would call killing an ugly way of saying thanks. And not the nicest thing to do to someone who loved you so much, eh, gals? There aren't many of those around anymore, am I right? Silence! Begone, old snake! You have disturbed our domain for too long. Place your faith in the light or leave. Oh, impressive trick, just like the olden days. Still have some vigor left in you, I see. I must have hit your sweet spot. I always wondered, why didn't any of the kings chop your woods for forges and houses? Must have something to do with that charming personality, eh? You're not welcome here. We wish to be left alone. Well, don't worry and save your strength, love, because soon no one will be disturbing you anymore and you will be alone. All alone. Right, so the fairy's a bit of a bitch. We had suspected said thing anyway. As in the stories of old, Cinders' charms and wits helped her in getting the heart of the king of the future realm. Not quite what I said, but YOLO. Cinders becomes a fair and wise woman known for her righteous judgment, sharp wits and love for progress. She is loved by her people. Her strength and her wisdom are exactly the support the young king needs to push forward with his reforms. Together they are able to realise the plans of forming a constitution for their kingdom, starting a new era of prosperity in its history. While Cinders is the wife of the new king, they rule together. Love never sprouts between them. Focused on her role, she lives a lonely life among the crowns. There's no space for personal happiness in the existence of a queen. Cinders feels often lost in her new role, but whenever she's stumped, she secretly sneaks out of the palace and comes to the lake to seek the fairy's advice. What is going on? Did I miss a page? What was the whole thing about revenge for at the beginning? Like, hang on. Like, I'm all for open endings. But you have to tie up some loose ends before you go into the open endings. You have to at least give a hint as to what happened. They just left it as maybe. I'll see you someday, maybe. YOLO, carpe diem and such. And we got on so well with the prince and we were flabbergasted. And love never sprouts between us? Really? Rumours about the Queen's mystical connections and sixth sense quickly spread throughout the kingdom. The court life fully absorbs Cinders and she loses contact with her old family. Lady Carmosa and her daughters never visit the palace. Okay, so I mean, it's summed up rather coldly. Not one more conversation with him, it's just like, there is an ending. From what the young queen heard, the situation in the household turns for the worst after her stepmother's bitter defeat. They live their lives in seclusion, isolated from the rest of the noble society. Years later, Cinders and her sisters meet at Lady Carmosa's funeral. They don't exchange a single word. What? What was the point of being friends with Sophia? We even said halfway through, hang on, I think we're really fucking making a friend here. Is it because I went for the fairy? And that made me a cold, heartless bitch? Really? Really now? I don't know about that, oh well. If we take the last 5 minutes away, because I don't like these kind of endings where it's just like, right, here's an ending. It has been a very, very enjoyable visual novel. This is the end, if you haven't noticed. Very enjoyable visual novel. Up in the last 5 minutes, enjoyed every moment of it. The art is stunning. The music is beautiful. Even the sound design is good. Like, when there's a gush of wind, there's a gust of wind. Someone hasn't gone to Google and typed in gustofwind.mp3. This is proper. This is proper shit. Alright? Proper shit. And I would suggest that you all buy it. Every single last one of you. I'll probably stream this at some point and see if we can get a better ending than that. Because, Jesus Christ, that was not a fulfilling ending in any way, shape or form. Oh well, my name's ChrisTenarium. If you're not subscribed and you've got this far, you clearly enjoy my content. So, you know, please do subscribe or check out other series on the channel. My name's ChrisTenarium. Thank you very much for watching and goodbye.